Full breath through the nose, and then as you're ready, we're going to take the arms up, lift up, and take it over to the side for a half moon Ardha Chandrasana. Try to breathe in through the nose the whole time, and exhale through the nose. We'll open up that side of our bodies, our hips. You can add the pull. Take a breath. Add a lift up and over to the other side. This is Ardha Chandrasana. Breathe in. Breathe in. Inhale. And you might find that you want to add a little bit of a rotation. We're going to go through it one more time on each side. This time, if you care to add on a foot over, you can. And then add the breath, the rotation, stretch. Inhale. And then go up to the side, cross the foot if you'd like, stretch up and over, breathe in. Yeah, up, up, lengthen. And 5, 4, 3, 2, inhale. And then exhale and gently come back up. Both arms can be together. There's a little bit of a back bend here. Now on the exhale, we're going to take Utkatasana. So at first take 5 of these so you're getting a little Vinyasa into the legs. The heels are heavier than the toes. And the knees are tracking with the second toe. Try to feel each thigh equally weighted. And then we'll stay low. On this one, Utkatasana, hold. Good. Build the strength in your legs. Feel the glutes strong too. Neck should feel free of congestion. Take an inhale here. And exhale, come back up. And then one more with a rotation. So come down when you're ready. As you're ready, stay there in the thighs and hook the elbow on the outside for 5. And then inhale forward. And then take a hook to the other side for 5. And then face it forward. And then we're coming back up. Let your blood pressure adjust. Breathe in, go into a slight back bend. And on the exhale, hands come down into a downward dog. So the hands will go to the floor. The feet will shift back. Bend one knee and bend the other like you're walking the dog. Right and left. Right and left. Both heels will lift. Both heels lower. Both heels lift. Both heels lower. Lift. And then leave the heels down. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, and then lower the shins down. You can make sure if your knees feel any sensitivity that they're padded. You're going to take a cat-cow, breathe in, and exhale. And inhale, and exhale. And inhale, and exhale. One more, in, and exhale. And then go down to the belly. If you would like a sit before we go down, you can. We're going to do a little bit of the extensions. Once you're here, your legs extend. And you can start, I'll meet you in the forearm swan. Good job, guys. So this is level 1. The shoulder blades are down the back, the legs are long, and there's a little abdominal lift. We'll take an inhale here, and then as you're ready, your hands will push you up into a swan or cobra, Bhujangasana. Hold here. The shoulders are down, the elbows point down. 5. There's that inhale, go into the back. 4, good. That's the first one of the day. 3, 2, beautiful. And then lower yourself down. We're going to do one more. So at first, Lift up your back and either go to your forearms into a swan or press your elbows longer into a thoracic extension. Swan, hold, breathe. Yeah, either swan or cobra or the lower one, Sphinx. All right. Release that down. Let's do one more here. So the back may have awakened. So when you're ready, lift up your torso. You can either stay on your forearms for a Sphinx or press your hands into the floor to go to swan. 5. Breathe through your nose and expand the upper back. 4. Also exhale through the nose. 3, 2, and then lower down. We're going to push back into Garbhasana, child's pose. So let your hands assist. Push your hips back to your heels. And then we're going to go back down. Let's go to your belly. Extend your legs. Let your hands go beside your thighs. Now breathe in to help your torso lift. Inhales facilitate extension. Lift up your toes. Now just hover for a moment, and you're going to notice that you are riding the breath. There is a little organic lift and lower just with the natural breathing. Keep breathing through your nose. And then lower down. Very good. Now this time, if you can interlace your hands at the low back, do that. Otherwise, you could rest one on top of the other. Go into an inhale and lift. Feel your shoulders open. Notice how you go up with your inhale. Feel your whole back body. And then relax. Very good. Just switch which hand's on the outside. So if your right pinky was on the outside, now the left hand is. Get ready. Lift up your torso. Lift up your toes. Lift up your arms. 10. And recover into a child's pose. Rest. Now, if you want to pull your toes under, it's a nice way to add a bonus foot stretch. And then you can take a sip if you'd like. Come on back. Nice job. And we'll take a switch of your body. So what you'll do, make sure you have enough space behind you. You're going to roll down and let your feet be on the floor and curl your lumbar spine up. Now we're waking up each part of the back, kind of like we did in cat-cow. The benefit of having the floor underneath us with this bridge or Setu Bandhasana is that you get that tactile feedback that each vertebra is getting segmented towards the floor, articulated towards the floor, or peeling off the floor. Breathe in through your nose here still, and breathe out of your nose still. You're going to try to keep that breath in and out the nose the whole class. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Now the next time that your hips are in the air, we're going to stay there. You could interlace your fingers underneath your hips. Walk the shoulder blade flesh under. Let the eyes close or soften. Fill the belly with your inhale coming through the nose. Exhale. Again, breathe in through your nose. Expand the diaphragm, both the right and left side of the rib cage and the apex of the lungs. One more. Breathe in. And then release your hands to the side. Roll the spine down. And then for now, just take a happy baby. And Ananda Malasana, your hands go to your feet. Your knees are a little wider than your rib cage. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then let the feet down. Curl the spine up. And this is a single Setu Bandhasana, Ekapada. So one leg is up. Hold for 10. Just stay level in the hips. Yep, just lengthen the knee up if you can. That's it. That's it. 5, 4, 3, 2, sustain, and then the other foot comes down. Realign your hips, they're level. Once you feel they're level, lift the other leg up and hold. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and lower that foot, and then lower your spine. This time, right ankle to left thigh, reach your hands through the window, open up that hip, and if you want, you can rock a little bit. That's it. Feel all the different fibers on those hip muscles, getting some release. You might even feel your low back release with this right away. 10. Breathe in through the nose. 6, 5, 4, 3. And take another inhale, and let's go to the other ankle to thigh. Reach your hands through and see if you feel any difference. You might add a rock as well. That calms the nervous system as well as accesses different fibers in the hips. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then we're going to pull both legs in for just a moment and then take the yogic bicycle. So your hands are going to go behind your head, lift up your shoulder blades, and then add a rotation with your upper back, your torso, while you extend the opposite leg. So shoulder to knee. 4, 5, 6, 7. Building abdominal strength. 8, 9, 10, going to 30, 11, 12, 13, 14, good, 15, belly in, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 10 more, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. Relax the head, bring the hands to the feet or the inner ankles so that your knees are a little wider, like a bound angle, Baddha Konasana. You can even rock here. 10, feel the inner thighs. 9, 8, opening up the hips. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then reach one leg up and one leg's going to hover above the floor. This is Utthita Pada Gustasana. You can lift up and with your hand reach for the big toe. Your left hand reaches down your thigh. Hold. 10, 2, belly in. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and recover for a moment. Extend the other leg up, and you're going to reach for that toe or the ankle, and the other leg's off the ground. Good. 10, 2, good. 3, 4, and if you need a hand behind your head, that's okay. 6, 7, there you go, that was it. 8, 9, and rest your head. Good. We're going to take one more bridge, Setu Bandhasana, to open up the hips. This time, if you would like a different arm position, you can take them up, kind of like a field goal post or a Y. Feel the shoulders relax into the ground. Hold 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. Lower your hips down, hands come behind your thighs. You can come up to Navasana, which is also called boat. Lengthen your legs if you would like and hold for 5. This is a little ab series here. Good. 4, and you can bend the knees if you need to. Good. 3, let go if you can. 2, yeah, there you go. Looking strong. And then relax. Nice job. Grab a sip. Good job, guys. So it's a little abdominal series. Bring that back. We're going to come back down to belly down. We just contracted the front body, and we're going to open up the front body. So the first position is hands down beside your hips, lifting up, just like we did earlier. Shalabhasana. This is called Shalabhasana. Good. Now, notice how you feel here. This is a great return move if you need. We're going to lower down, and then you're going to bend 1 or 2 knees for Dhanurasana. We will do this one twice in case you're only on 1 foot. You can know that there's a second set coming. Come on up. Dhanurasana bow. And then recover. We'll do the other foot or a second set of 2 feet. Here we go. Come up. And then recover. Nice. Child's pose with knees wide. Let your belly go right in the middle. Breathe in. And then come to your hands and knees. Now, just like earlier, this one is a bow pose, but with the right foot up, the left hand reaches and then lift up. So press into the floor. So you're also lengthening towards the sky. 10, 2, 3, 4. Keep opening. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now that hand and that foot come down. Try your other one. Good. And lift. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Really good. Back to a child's pose. You can pat yourself on the back. This is just a little tricep opener with that. And grab a sip and we'll meet for another opener of the front body. Eagle. Ustrasana. So there's a couple ways to do this one. We're going to come up to our shins. And then the hands can come to the sacral area and squeeze together, the elbows squeeze together, the heart lifts. So that's a level 1. And then you can also do one arm in a circle to your heel, one arm forward, and stay on one side for 3 and the other side for 3. Or both hands can come back and your heart lifts and hold. Good. So if you're doing one arm, you'll switch. If you're on the 2 feet, you'll stay. Good. Lift, lift, lift. Breathe in. And then one hand's forward, one hand's forward. Child pose is a counter pose. Nice. And then a second type of Ustrasana is that you are shins down and you put your hands behind you and you lift up. Now, if that one doesn't serve you, you can also do the high kneeling and put your hands at the sacrum. So otherwise, you'll try to lift your hips. Good. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and recover forward. And then in this child's pose, walk your fingers over to one side, left pinky far away from your left hip. 5. This is also where you could do a little rotation. and it's called clamshell. Close the clamshell. Walk those fingers over to the other side and breathe. Again, you might do a clamshell rotation with your fingers on the ground, opening up like you're trying to look underneath your armpit. Breathe, and then a great stretch right around the scapula. And then exhale and come back, and then we'll grab a sip. Nice job, guys. Terrific job. We're going to go into a down dog in order to get up. So when you're ready, your hands will be spread out like pieces of pie between them. You can curl the toes and push back. And feel your heels press to the mat. Hold, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then you can step or jump up to your hands. We're going to go up into a standing extension. So lift up, arms up, heart lifts, breathe in, and then hands to your heart. So make sure everything feels balanced, and then open up your legs so it's a 5-pointed star. And that's just a good comeback move. So basically it's your wrist over your ankles. Pivot your right toes, reach out over the right leg. Now your hand could go down to your shin. Good. This is a triangle. You can pretend you're up against a wall. You may decide you want a different arm position, maybe behind you. Good. And 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to take another inhale, push up, pivot. Now you're in 5-pointed star. It's just a great comeback move. And then we're going to go to the other side. Left toes flip, reach out. It's kind of like you're gliding over a counter, and then your body will say, yep, I'm there. The arm could be up, maybe over, maybe behind you. 10. Yeah. Find some places. And also the breath, breathe in through your nose. Expand. Good. 3, 2, push yourself up. Oh, good. And then pivot. You're in 5-pointed star. Bring everything together, Samasthiti. And then when you're ready, we're going to take the Parvottanasana. So the right foot can be forward, the left foot can be back. And you see how the feet are in line with the hips. You're not so narrow that you're having a tightrope position. So this can be 3 circles. Each time through the class, we do like to move the ball and socket joints through those ranges that they were intended. Interlace your fingers is an option here, or you could hold onto your elbows if that's too hard. Hinge forward. And you might be looking at your toes now. And can you notice that your ankle is figuring out balance? How your body works in your favor to balance you. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now take an inhale and push your way back up. Lift up your arms, lift up your heels if you would like an extra challenge in balance. Lower your heels, hands together at your heart. Place the feet together. Very good. Now the other foot comes back, and notice it's also in line with the respective hip. Let's take 3 more circles. You can't go wrong with that. And 2. there's a natural increased capacity as your arms go overhead. So inhale, lift, and exhale as you lower. You can interlace the fingers, breathe in, and on your exhale, hinge. Your back is a long line as opposed to being like a round turtle shell. And you might energize your back knee, Karen. Lengthen your right knee a little. Yeah, there you go. That's it. Good job. Yeah, you can feel it. It kind of affects the back here. 10. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Notice how the muscles work in your favor. Push yourself back up and even beyond a vertical, and then lift your heels and lift your arms. Breathe in. 5. Balance. 4, 3, 2, and then lower your heels. Bring your hands to your heart, and then come back up. Ooh, very good. Grab a sip. We'll meet back here. You're doing great. Those are also different ways to challenge the balance, and the vestibular system was in different places. Or the head was in different places, challenging the vestibular system. Now we're going to open up the legs to 5-pointed star or beyond. The feet, the right toes are now facing the same wall that the right fingers are facing. And there's a strong squat here, and this leg is long. So palms can be up, warrior 2, and hold. Good, I'm just looking at you, but you're probably looking over your right hand. So you'll be looking that way. I'm gonna look at you. Yeah, I just want to, your spine looks great. So I like the upright. Your shoulders are down the back even though your arms are out and stretched. Your front thigh feels very strong. Good. And your knee is practicing being stable in space over that ankle. Now the front forearm could go to your thigh and your other arm over. This is Parsva Konasana, extended side angle, or you can go lower, hand to the floor if you'd like. Good. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now we're going to push back up and then go back. So it's kind of like you're reversing it. It is reverse warrior, left hand, Parvariti Virabhadrasana. Ooh, and let the breath go into this stretched out intercostals. Breathe in through your nose. Breathe in. Open up when you're ready. Now straighten that right leg, and we're going to pivot the other way. So this thigh is now in a 90-degree knee angle, arms open. Once you're vertical in the spine, now you can turn that gaze. I'm going to look at you. Notice there's a lift in the heart. And do a playful challenge where you breathe in and you try to expand as much as you can with your breath. Your respiratory muscles are pliant when we breathe like this. We're helping not just the legs, but the respiratory muscles. Use it as a chance to practice breathing fuller. We don't get many chances like this during the day. Now this front arm can go to your thigh. You can reach your arm over now the right, or maybe you're going to go left hand to the floor and stretch. Parsva Konasana. Roll that rib cage back. Look at that wonderful length in that elbow. 7. Yep, if you need to take a break, go for it. 6, 5, 4. And if you need a modification, let the feet come closer together. That's okay. 3. And take a big breath into that rib cage. Now, it's kind of like you're going to use your your core strength and your legs to go back, to transition. Good, keep that thigh 90. Good, looking beautiful, guys. 3, 4, 5, good. Stretch. 6, 7, breathe fully. And notice how the posture moves a little bit. You're organically stretching. Oh, feel the waist expand, and then you're going to come back, straighten up, step, jump, or walk together. Take a sip, grab a sip. Good job, very good. So the legs might feel more open now. You might feel that. Taking off my socks on this one. We're going to do a little lift and spread of the toes, about 3 or 5 times. And this is important to keep the feet mobile for absorbing shock and for balance. Leaving the left foot down, you can take that right foot up. It could be, there's a natural place here on the calf or on the inner thigh. Now we'll do a few things with the arms. The first is just to lift your arms like a tree grows up to the sky. 10, 2, 3, 4, good. 5, there you go. 6, 7, nice. Now if you're up for it, you could take a cow face position with your arms. Good, head back. Yep. Get ready. Let your hands come towards your heart. And then lower down and just stand tall. That looks good. That looks good. So that's a great place to come back to. Lift and spread your toes. You notice my fingers are naturally kind of showing that too. They're neurologically tied to the feet. So you might use that as a way to encourage your feet to open, that you can lift and spread your fingers at the same time. Now, there is a shift of weight, but we're not kicking out the hip. So notice that when you're doing your tree, the whole body shifts over the right foot to be balanced, but you don't kick the hip out. The hip is not abducted. Now lift up. Good. I think that'll help, Karen. Yeah. Now that side looks better. The other side wanted to kick out just a little bit. Yeah, another cue I like is lift up like there's a string pulling you up, so the energy is up, and that way it doesn't leak out in this hip. Now, if you care to add on, you could do a cow face here. Again, there's this golden string pulling you up to the sun. Breathe in. Jean, I like the variety you add on. Ta-da! If you're gonna fall out of tree, have fun with it, right? Inhale, and then lower your foot. That's great. Look at that. Isn't that wonderful? Grab a sip. We're gonna start with a clean slate. So part of this is moment to moment awareness, and that means just letting go. If you fell out, it's okay. This is a new pose. And you don't carry that with you to the next one. I'm going to turn to the side on this one so you can see that the arm, you remember how we talked about the ball and socket joints? This is another opportunity as we go into the quadricep stretch for that ball and socket joint to be put through the motion it was intended. Unless there's pain, you want to try to keep that, ball and socket range motion. Now notice that I've got my ribs over my pelvis. The knee is underneath the hip, and the other arm can be out forward. So we'll do a couple of stretches here. This one's a basic quad stretch, but the abs are helpful to keep the ribs over the pelvis and not let the low back get more lordotic. All right, if you care to add on, your thigh can come up more behind you. Your gaze will change a bit so your neck doesn't have any congestion. 10, Natarajasana. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now take an inhale. And then as you exhale, you can gracefully come back and hands to your heart. And refill your cup with big breathing here. So you're starting with a good biology to the other side. Lift and spread your toes. This arm goes up and around, a really big circle. And then your hand goes to your foot or your ankle. Your other arm is out. Now notice your ribs might have to pull down a little bit with your abs, your pubic bone up a little bit with your abs. You should not feel like you're death gripping your glutes. To do this neutral spine, stand tall, stand real tall, yeah. Now that breath through the nose. Add on the foot pushing into your hand. The neck gaze may look down so the neck is clear, free of congestion. 10, Natarajasana. 9, 8, good, you look beautiful. 7, enjoy the expansion. 6, 5, 4, good. 3, 2, inhale, gracefully come back so let your transitions be your yoga too. Gorgeous, hands together. Grab a sip, really good. Grab a sip, wonderful. We're doing some balances. And this is critical for preventing falls. So I like that we are able to do this together. And we do it in different ways, different planes. Now lift and spread the toes. And you should feel like the pinky toe is far away from the fourth toe and the big toe is far away from the second toe. This one's called Warrior 3. I'm going to turn the Warrior 3 pose. Lift and spread your toes. Lift the left leg up and your whole body goes forward as your leg goes back. So it's one long unit. Right now I have my hands low at the hips. If you want to go to parallel, you can. You want to try to keep your hips level. And if you would like to lift your arms like a frame of your ears, you can. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now inhale. And on your exhale, come to standing, Samasthiti, hands at the heart. Now the hands are going to go beside your pelvis for a moment. Lift and spread your toes, and we're going to take the other side. And right leg up. As your leg goes up, your torso is in a line with that leg. Good. You might even take your arms like a frame to your ears. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Take an inhale. Now as you exhale, you're in one long line returning. Good. Hands together at the heart. Wonderful. Grab a sip. Meet me back here. Beautiful. And another balance pose. And notice how we're moving it in all different ways. Lift and spread your toes. And then we're going to take Utkatasana. So you remember how we went into a squat earlier? Try to feel like both feet are the same weight, 50-50. Now, once you're down, you could lift your left ankle and put it on top of your right thigh and hold that one-legged balance. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now, exhale, stand up without the foot down at first, and once you're totally tall, you can lower the foot, come back to homeostasis. All right, when you're ready, have a seat, Utkatasana. Both legs are 50% of your body weight. Now, when you're ready, pick up the other ankle, place it on the thigh, and there's a little chin tuck to keep your neck neutral. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And on the 10, stand up without placing your foot on the ground until the very top, the best you can. Hold. Woo. Grab a sip. Wonderful job. Grab a sip. And then come back. Another balance pose. Now, if this one doesn't serve you, you could take the one that we just did. It's called Eagle. So we're going to have a Utkatasana. This is another backup plan that you could do, Utkatasana. If you care to lift up your left leg and wrap it twice, that's the Eagle Garudasana. And then the arms, left arm underneath, elbows about shoulder height. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now we're going to come out of that, and because we were wrapping 7 joints, there may feel like there's a little shift in your blood pressure, so let that happen. Good. Good. Gee, wow. And then lift and spread your toes. When you're ready, lower into Utkatasana. And then we're going to wrap the other one once or twice. So usually if you bend your left knee more, that right toe will hook. And then the right arm's underneath, the palms press and hold. Sometimes it's a matter of femur length, so you don't have to force it, but if you bend enough, you usually can get that toe behind the ankle. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then gently come back out, hands at your heart. Woo, grab a sip. Good job, guys. You're doing great. And then we'll come back to standing, legs wide. And actually, Karen, you can stay there. That's the one we're doing. We're doing a rotation. So you might have been craving the next. Breathe in. When you come down, leave the right hand down, either knuckles or hand, on the mat. Go up with your left arm and hold. Now you're stretching out that thoracic spine. You're stretching out those inner thighs. Use the floor as a little leverage. Breathe in. And then exhale down. Now your left arm's down, your right arm's up. Your body might move. You might be able to go deeper in this. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then on your exhale, come down. Walk your hands more forward. This is the hammock pose. So it's like down dog meets wide legs. So hands push, toes can be internally rotated. That also opens up the SI joint if you feel tightness in that joint ever, this would feel really beneficial. Press 10. Walk your hands back. Now, you can use your arms on the floor for a little bit of support. You are going to be doing a little bit of yoga here. Bend one knee and bend the other. Now, your hands can be on the floor. You could go lower if you want. Good. And getting as low as you feel comfortable. Good. And you might stay on one side. It could be 90 degrees. It could be all the way down. We can add that fun little wrap. Good. You got it. Isn't that fun? Breathe in and stretch to the other side. Let's lower the glutes. You can take your left arm underneath, your right arm up and behind, and add that rotation. Pull your right toes up if you'd like. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then we're going to go right down the middle. So you can pull your legs in a little bit, bring your hands together, and the palms separated will create a little extra stretch on the forearms. Hold here, Malasana. Now while you're here, you can take negotiating cowgirl pose. Open up that knee, open up that inner thigh, and then try the other negotiating cowgirl pose. Open up that knee. Good. Inhale. One more fun little pose here. Put the feet together. And then open up the knees. Go down the middle. Really good. And then you're practically on the floor. Grab a sip. Good job. Good job. We've got to leave a little time for some rotations, don't we? So the stretch we're going to do, you notice we did a lot of nice movements for the shoulders. This one is the rack. So you can stretch out your feet here too, your toes. And then notice this left arm going up back, fingers back. Notice, so you're trying to get these circumductions here. And then soften the elbows, especially if you tend towards hyperextension. Lift the heart. And you want to feel your shoulders are open, your chest is open. If you don't, walk your arms closer together behind you, or further behind, and elbows soft still. This is a place you can spread out the toes as well. I've got my correct toes in, but you can still just spread those toes out. Lift your heart. Imagine there's a golden string attached to your sternum lifting you up. Good. Wonderful. And then let that go. Now we're going to make sure there's enough room to roll down. We're going to be taking a rotation. So once you're down, you remember we did the eagle twist. You can wrap your right thigh around your left and even hook the toes, and then the knees go left and the arm goes right. So you have this eagle twist. If that doesn't work, just do a normal knee down twist, Ardha Matsyendrasana, with the left leg long and the right knee bent. Otherwise, enjoy. The right arm should feel like there's a chest shoulder stretch again. We're really caring for the shoulders today. Now this upper back is getting a good release. Add that full breath through your nose. It's like you're melting into the floor with every exhale. We're going to take another inhale. And on the exhale, we're going to come back. Now, realign your spine. And if you're doing the eagle twist, your left thigh wraps once and then twice, the toes will hook. And then take the knees to the right where your left arm goes out. Breathe in the nose. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then on the 1, coming back to neutral, and take a hand per knee, and you're lightly holding on, but you're going to stir the knees. This is sort of like those arm circles we were doing, but for the femur in the acetabulum. So another ball socket joint, go each way. Try to make it really big circles, as long as there's no pain, but really full circles. Good, let's return the other way. Big circles. There's also lymph down there in the inguinal crease, so we're pumping lymph nodes, and go the other way. Helping immunity, physiology, joints, bones. Good. Nice job. And then if you have a prop that you would like to use, like a foam block or a foam roller, you can use that prop, and a tool for the hamstring. This is going to be a hamstring and a psoas release. So one leg's down on the mat, and on over the sacral mat, and then one leg's up in a prop, like a hamstring tool for a stretch. So you've got a psoas hamstring stretch, both, and a decompression of the lumbar spine. It's a great little stretch. If you only have time for one stretch, this is really nice because it gets both legs in a different way. If you want to take your leg out a bit, you'll feel more inner hamstring, inner thigh. It also changes the psoas stretch on the low leg. You can take the leg up and over a bit. Wow. And then as you're ready, we're going to switch it up. You should feel like you're pouring your right leg down. Your left leg gets into a nice hamstring stretch. Grab the prop. Breathe low in the belly, diaphragmatically, in through your nose. Across the midline. And to the side. Five, 4, 3, 2, and then just come back and try to let both legs go over the block or the foam roller, whatever you have, and feel you may have to lower it down a little bit closer to where the glute meets the hamstring, and feel the hips open, opposite the way they are during most of our life. Just hold 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now let your feet on the floor and just gently lift up. That way you can notice how your back feels, legs long. Notice how that feels. Ah. And then we'll take legs up on the wall, or if you want to stay in Shavasana, you're welcome to. This is legs up on the wall is a really nice pose for letting those vessels have a position different than they're used to, because feet are now higher than the pelvis. Relax. Let go. Refill your cup. Just let your mind clear. Clearing your mind is a great way to reduce inflammation. Take another breath here. Gently release the block, and then take your time to gently come up to a seated position. So take as much time as you want. You're going to be lifting up through your spine. And then just notice how good you feel, how you feel that feeling of well-being. Let that well-being come in through your nose and breathe into all of your cells. Sending an intention of well-being for your body, an intention of well-being for your mind, this feeling of peace and clarity. Intention of well-being for your breathing. And soak in all that feeling. We're going to create that intention of well-being for the rest of the day, for the mind, the body, and the spirit. Today I intend well-being for my mind, body, spirit. I'm going to stay closely connected to that feeling. Anytime I feel a little deviation or a wobble, I know I can come back to claim that with this breathing, with so much appreciation. Thank you guys. How do you feel? Good? Good. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad. I love it. Thank you so much. Have a great